Welcome back. From movement to nutrition and even your mindset, some answers to feeling stronger and healthier may not come in a pill bottle alone. Dr. Ray, when people hear holistic medicine, what does it actually mean, and where's a smart place to start?
Well, holistic means pertaining to the whole person. So you're treating the whole body, not just the symptoms or the diagnosis. So basically you're not treating what you have. You have high blood pressure, so let's give you this pill. Holistic means you're trying to look to find out the why. So we always talk about find your why of what's going on, because there is a reason, and that's what we're working back from. So you're looking at the body, the mind, the lifestyle, the environment, and a lot of times 80% of the foundation are really the big the four pillars are basically nutrition and movement and stress and sleep. You can conquer 80% with that. So that's usually where we're starting from, and we're just kind of being detectives. We're being detectives and going back and see where did the cell go wrong, so that it's not alternative medicine, it's complete medicine.
I like the idea of the completeness of it instead of just throwing a pill at it and saying, here, why do you have high blood pressure? Is it the stress? And what can you do to mitigate that?
When I think about stress, I think about don't worry. And then I think about what do I do to lower my stress? And I think I try to deal with reality as it's given to me. I try to start my day with how I can serve others, where am I going, trying to do some selfless acts throughout the day. And then what I've seen other people do is they look at things they've been avoiding. Like, what am I putting off, and saying, okay, maybe I'm not looking at my finances. Maybe I look at that pile in the garage. Maybe it's I haven't reached out to my mother, or whatever those things are that are kind of niggling at you. Get in there and do those things.
Stress is a big deal, and I think we tend to minimize it. You know, people tend to say, oh, well, I know you're under stress, but stress is huge. The physiologic consequences on the body are huge. So it probably needs to be, outside of nutrition, one of the biggest things to try to tackle, because it's one of the hardest things.
Yeah, and I hope people are hearing that, because I'm just learning more and more through the interviews and through study. Nutrition, sleep. Stress, breathing techniques, movement, huge, so important. And I think that there's a lot of older adults that weren't encouraged enough to do exercise, or still haven't made the huge connection on building muscle and how important that is. But even deep breathing, full breathing, yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi, just learning how to take stress away from your life. Maybe you change a job, you change what you do during the day. Like, you might make some major changes that could make big differences.
I think the holistic approach, the whole body, and having a doctor in functional med or holistic med that comes back in. This generation had the general practitioners. This generation's the one that had the general pracs that knew from head to toe. And now we've specialized, and now there's that trend in going, wait a minute, we are a whole human.